Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and we're sitting in San Diego Airport waiting for our connecting flight to LAX. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, we would just not be talking to you guys. So it's kind of sad here for San Diego because Chargers moved to LA. I'm not sure exactly how well that's going to work out, to be honest with you. LA is not your typical city. There's so much that's there, between Hollywood and how basketball was king and stuff. Having two teams there, I'm not sure there's going to be the draw that the NFL thinks is going to be there. There's a lot of people there, don't get me wrong. But the question is, are they really going to be into football? And I got to say, they will need to win sooner than later to get the attention of the LA crowd. But we'll see how all that works out. The interesting thing with Tyrone Crawford getting injured last night is how it puts things in perspective. The Cowboys, I'm hearing that the practice is a little bit more somber and reality's kind of setting in because they were counting on Tyrone Crawford right away. Now, the good news is it's not as bad as they originally thought. He should be available for week 1. However, what I will say is this. Right now, guys are as healthy as they're going to be. From here on out, you're just basically trying to stay on the field. So coming back from an ankle injury, not having training camp, you don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in. I can guarantee you it won't be 100% when he gets on the field. So in the NFL, ideally what you hope to do is get a guy and give him enough time to be able to get up to speed. Like Dak Prescott. When they drafted Dak last year, they weren't looking at him to being a starter right away. In fact, they weren't thinking he would need to start for 2 or 3 years because you had Tony Romo, who we thought would be here for another couple of years and stuff, making runs for Super Bowls. And then you had Kelvin Moore, who was already ahead of him. So Dak was kind of like the flyer. We'll see if we got something with them. If we don't, it's only a 4th-round draft pick. But we're getting some depth on the team. Well, lo and behold, he got thrown to the wolves right away, and he responded well. He came out like gangbusters and played his behind off and played Rookie of the Year. Some guys get thrusted into that role like Jared Goff, and they kind of wilt. So ideally, you don't want to have these guys thrown in there that quick. Well, we're at a crossroads in a similar situation right now with Charlton. With Tyrone Crawford, we were looking at probably being a starter, especially with David Irving being suspended for the first 4 games. Now Taco's got to really step up and start taking the reins because we got to get a pass rush, flat out. We've got young cornerbacks and things that are in there. We need these guys to get some pressure on there, to take some pressure off of the defensive backfields. We've got some great receivers that we're going to be facing this season. So, Taco, you got to do it. Now, the good news is, even though some of you guys say he's a bust after 2 weeks of camp, when I looked at the film from the Hall of Fame game, he's actually getting upfield. But you can see he's hesitating because he's in a new system. He's just learning. What I've been hearing about practice on Monday was his best practice, had a tackle for a loss, and he's getting penetration and putting pressure on the quarterback. So he'll get extra reps now that Tyrone Crawford's not there, and I think he's going to be okay. So we'll see how that works out. And in a couple hours, me and Joe Boo will be in LA, and I'll be seeing my wonderful daughter. And tomorrow we'll be at practice, and we'll be bringing you all kinds of action and stuff, and seeing actually Shango. That's right, we're going to see Shango. Hopefully, we're going to be able to see Law Nation here in when I get to LA, on Saturday, if he can get away from his wife for a little bit. So we're hoping we'll get that together. Hopefully we'll have a great time at training camp, and hopefully we'll be bringing you guys some great news. So as always, friends, I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and thank you for watching.